how can we know as a woman when he's serious? Because it seems like the vast majority just want casual encounters. That's it.
That's what some of y'all have just worked, though. Let's be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
Listen, we wanted the male perspective, so that's
but where are you getting that from? Like, why would you say?
Well, yeah. So here's the thing, right? They say be honest. So we have this criteria that these women set for these men. You have to be this, you need to be that, you need to be 6 feet tall, you need to make this, you need to do that, I want you to be in line, I want you not to cheat, I want you to do this. But at the same time, they're still dealing with women who are emotionally hurt, who have parents who never taught them how to be a woman. Most of these new age women don't have the concept of what a virtuous woman is. If we want to speak to the Bible. And then you want men to treat you like a queen, but you act like peasants. See, that's the problem is you can't walk around here shaking your ass in the club and expect me to respect you when you don't respect yourself. You can't put your man before your kids and expect me to respect you as a parent. You only present what your value is. And if your value is your ass, your hair, your nails, your smile, and your presence in public, but not your education, not your person, not your love, not your heart, not your interaction, not your intelligence, then we don't get to meet that. And the thing about it is that a lot of people have this conversation and it's all cute and funny when we're talking now. But when somebody tell you that this is what you presented to me, so I gave you what I thought you was worth. The thing about it is that ain't nobody coming to you nowadays, like the young lady said, with respect as a man, because I deserve the same respect you do. So what makes you think that I should value anything less than what you show me? And most of these women who are out here are drinking in the club, toe up, laughing, joking, and that's great, have a good time. But at the same time, if you don't carry yourself like a lady, what is a man supposed to present to you? If you don't carry yourself with respect and class, what the hell am I supposed to present to you? If you look like ass, I'm going to treat you like ass. And the truth about it is, everybody wants affection, everybody wants to feel wanted. And what women have done nowadays is replace the whole being attractive and being somebody of stature with the idea of being desired. Because the more men that want them, the more powerful they are, and they think that's going to get them a good man. You could have all the money in the world, you could have a good job, you could have a banging body, you could do all of this and still be messed up in your head, and it makes you the most unattractive person ever. But this is what we get. And for every woman who sits in this room and says that I am not that woman, 4 of your girlfriends are. And the bad part about it is that I ain't got to deal with the conversation and laugh and joke, and I could get mine off and just go home. Then why would I have to go through this? But you come to find out that you're still broken. Most people are in relationships still broken. They ain't even dealt with their own issues, but you want me to deal with yours. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Everybody ain't broken. So and see, my thing is, I don't believe that everybody's broken. I think that everybody has been broke. If you're still broken as a grown-ass man, that's you with therapy that you need to work on, brother. That ain't me.
We all been broke.
You said we still broken. I said we've all been broke. But if you didn't learn from your experiences, then you ain't developed enough to be in a relationship. So once again, don't present to me trash and want me to make it treasure. Now, if you are a diamond in the rough, then I want to be able to treat you that way, but don't give me trash and expect me to treat you like you're more than that. It just doesn't happen. And a woman wouldn't do the same with men. They wouldn't do nothing with a man who comes to them that.
I mean, they're mad at it, but there's not a lot that you can do about it. I like the way he just stayed calm and responded. Oh, I need another drink for this. Go ahead and get your drink and come back in, sit down and learn something. Y'all keep on running to the same, oh, everybody's broken and no, because that's what modern women try to tell men. Oh, you broken. You need to go to a therapist. You ain't healed. I'm okay. I'm doing just fine. Not saying that I don't have any problems, but y'all try to make it seem like men don't have the emotional intelligence and maturity to talk to y'all at the level y'all think y'all at. And that's what he's doing. No, everybody settle down. Y'all need to hear y'all ain't got it together like you think you do. Y'all need to go back and fix yourselves and get back out here, and maybe you'll find the right man.
Is this how men feel? Is this how men feel? Why did my girlfriend call me? And she's like, I miss you. Let's have dinner. Meet me at this spot. I'm going to run in the store really quick. I'll be in and out. And then after that, I'm going to run to the next store. because it's cold and I didn't bring a sweater. So I'm gonna run in there. I've been waiting for this girl to come out of the first door and she's not done. Is this literally what men feel like when girls take forever? I can't. Girl, hurry up!
I'm trying to go out of my comfort zone this year. I'm trying to just do things scared. So I'm about to go into this bar over here, all by my lonesome. Just me, my Kindle scribe, and a dash of confidence. I'm gonna go look super mysterious. I'll let you guys know how it goes.
You know when guys approach you at the bar and they ask for your number or they are trying to hit on you or whatever, you know what doesn't work? Saying you have a boyfriend. You know what doesn't work? Saying you're gay. Because men are disgusting and they don't care. But you know what does work? If you want them to go away really quickly, asking them if you can have some money. Man, I have never seen men run faster in my life away from me.
What y'all don't understand is the men that y'all want gonna see y'all acting silly and not even gonna approach.
I'm gonna ask a question and don't get mad at me, but how come men, like every man that I see that's married has like this black band around his like ring finger? Like it's not a silver or a gold band. And like men are not like wearing silver or gold bands. They're wearing this like black, it looks like plastic. Like I don't know if it's just like, it can't be more durable like than silver, gold. Maybe because it's cheaper, men just like lose their rings all the time. Maybe because it's like I don't know why. Like it looks tacky. I don't know. Like maybe I'm just like maybe men just like don't want to act like they care about like jewelry, but like bring back a nice gold ring. Like I think that looks like so classy and timeless, even on men especially. Like I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, working out, working, the stuff that you guys say men don't do.
Number one dating advice that I can give: if you are a beautiful woman, try your very, very best to avoid insecure men. Try your best. Even if they show a sprinkle of insecurity, run the other way, because these men will always be envious of you. They will secretly hate you. They will never, ever, ever, from the pit of their soul, want to give you what you truly deserve, because they don't even think that they deserve you themselves. Insecure men do not love themselves. They hate themselves. So how could they love you? I don't care how much money they have. I don't care how well off they are. I don't care if they live in a mansion, if they're a billionaire, if they're a millionaire. If he's insecure, he is going to hate you.
Well, I guess for some of these ladies, that would require you to actually be beautiful.
So I've had quite a few people comment on several of my videos asking why I'm single. So I'm going to address that real quick. One, you only get a very small glimpse of who I am on here, and I am not the easiest person to deal with. So that's the main thing. And the other thing is I really just can't find someone that's able to put up with me for longer than like a week, honestly. And I don't know if that's something I'm doing or if it's the fact that with online dating, it's very easy to just keep swiping and find something better. But basically, I'll talk to someone for a little while and then they kind of just stop communicating, and I don't chase people, so I also stop communicating, and then it just kind of goes away. And then I get frustrated and I say I'm done with online dating, and then I get lonely and I go back and I do it again, and it's just been a really vicious cycle for a while now. So as of right now, I'm not actively like looking for anyone. I'll talk to people, but like I'm just kind of focused on spending my summer doing fun things by myself.
Well, you got to respect the accountability and self-awareness. I think I saw her in another video listing out the specific things that she does that could potentially turn a man off. So once again, kudos.
And what a guy needs to know that every woman needs is that she needs the guy to be a mind reader.
That is unfair.
Listen,
That is not fair.
Here's case in point. My parents, they just got married. It was their first Christmas and they didn't have a lot of money. And my mom says to my dad, hey, honey, you don't have to get me a gift for Christmas. He doesn't get her a gift, but she gets him a gift. He's like, I didn't get you a gift because you said you didn't want a gift. And she starts crying. She starts crying. That was his first lesson in what every woman needs is a mind reader. He learned early on when she said, you don't have to get me a gift. She really meant, please get me something.
Why do I feel like men have it way easier in dating now than women do? I feel like, number one, the ratio is off. So for every one decent man, there's like 30 incredible women. What is that about? It's just not even. It is not balanced. So that means that men I feel. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm so willing to hear. So willing to hear it. I feel like men get their pick of the litter. 90% of the time, when you find someone who is kind of like, oh, you know, he a vibe, he's cool, whatever, he has a girl. Or he's married with children. I can walk outside right now and see like 50 gorgeous women with amazing personalities and so much to give. And I'm gonna find like 2 cute men. And maybe that's fucking me to say. But that's how I feel. That's how I feel. It is just not balanced. It's not balanced. I really feel like the only ones who mainly have the short end of the stick are short kings. Because all the women out here want themselves a man that's tall. And if I'm being honest, sometimes I feel a way about that because I'm like, girl, if you 5'2", if you 5 feet, if you 5'3", any guy's taller than you, for the most part. So you're good. I'm 5'6", 5'7". It'd be a little difficult because a lot of guys, I feel like on average, are like 5'6". They're like my height. It's just, I don't know, it's just not even. Talk to me.
I'm guessing one of the ways a guy would have it easier, quote unquote, is because he doesn't mess around with all these foolish, silly standards that a lot of modern women have.
3 professions I would never fuck in. Coming in at number gun, okay? A firefighter. You ever wonder why a firefighter is so comfortable running into a house on fire? Take a fuss. You wonder why they're so comfortable with fire? Huh? Why does it scare them? It's not because they're brave. No, that's what they're to. They're from the pits of hell. They know fire very well. Please do not date a firefighter. Save yourself, okay? Save yourself. I've dated a few. No. And if you got one and you married and all of that stuff, you just strong as fuck. It's still a hell no. You just strong as hell. And good luck to your sister, because you're gonna need it. Second is a truck driver. No, I can't do no CDL last name. The only way I can is if it's a local driver. If he's local, that's fine. I'm talking about them niggas driving from one side of the country to the other. And that's for obvious reasons. If you need to say, well, why? Girl. The third one is any nigga that works in healthcare, but specifically a nurse or a doctor. No. The medical field is dominated by women, okay? Mostly women in there. And they're always at work. The man and the women, they always at work. So unless you got a man that's got Washington faithful, I would suggest no. You're never going to see him. He's always going to be working. The check is too good not to be there. Always going to be at work. And the bitch will be there too. If you are with any of these professions or are currently dating any of these professions, I would suggest that you stop. Run!
But I thought that the lady in the other video was just saying that for every good man, there's 30 incredible women. But you're saying these nurses are out here acting a darn fool.
Something that I always do when I find out somebody is like in a relationship with somebody or married, I always ask, are you in love? And they always respond, yeah, we known each other a long time. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, oh, I just love when they do this. And one time we had a date and he did this. And together when we bond, we do this. And it's just like, I am a Scorpio sun, Libra moon. So I know it's out there. And it's like, they just say, yeah, we known each other a long time. It's giving comfortable stagnation. Is that a word? That's what it's giving though. Are people in love or are they scared of loneliness? I don't know. Because I have yet to meet somebody when I ask them about their partnership just to be like, oh, let me tell you.
Delusional. I spent quite a bit of time going back and forth with this young lady. She's got a long road ahead of her. She doesn't really understand how relationships work, which, of course, most modern women don't. They live in a fantasy land, Disney. All you can really say is, hey, I hope for the best. Be careful. And I hope you find what you're looking for.
I love working part-time as a server at a restaurant. It's fun as fuck. The best part about working as a server is getting to hear other people's conversations that they don't think they need to filter because it's just the two of them sitting at a table. I was working the other day and this table, boy and girl, they were on what I thought was a date. I'm not quite sure, but they were like going back and forth at it, and like it seemed like they were a little angry with each other. And the only thing I heard as I'm like serving a table across from them was the girl says, "Don't be mad at me because I'm the only bad bee you've ever had." And the dude's response almost made me burst out loud laughing as I'm serving this table, and he goes, "Don't talk about your homegirls like that." Crazy. He said, "You're either calling your girlfriends ugly or you're holding this L. Either way, it's a lose-lose."
Gym girls, we need to talk. And this is going to be a big sister, little sister, heart to heart. I mean it with all the love, but it is going to be blunt. So if you want to hear something blunt, don't watch this video. That was your warning. If you are wearing revealing clothing at the gym. Short shorts, tight leggings, sports bras, which I'm all for. Like, anyone who knows me knows that I love me a cute gym fit. I love looking cute at the gym. Not because of the attention, not because it's because of me. Like, if I look cute, I feel confident. I push harder, I work out harder. I just feel good, you know? Like, that's why I do it. That's why I wear the clothes that I wear. But with that comes attention. Sometimes wanted, sometimes not wanted. But guess what? If I am putting myself out there in more revealing type clothing, I cannot whine when a man looks at me. And I hear it all the time. Well, I was doing our nails and then he was just straight up looking at my butt. Or, I don't know. I see so many videos of girls calling out dudes for looking at them at the gym or anywhere. If you are a bodybuilder or someone who very much takes their physique seriously, I don't care what clothes you're wearing, you are going to be looked at in a sensual way, in just an admiration way. It comes with the territory. Now, am I saying that it's right for a man to be completely disrespectful? No, absolutely not. But for a female to walk around thinking that she is going to look sexy, but then not get looks by a man, that's like me saying I'm going to walk into a gym full of sweaty, gorgeous men without their shirt on and not look at one of them. I'm sorry, but if that were me, I'd be looking at every single man in the gym and very much objectifying themselves. Yes, I would. So, I'm all for looking cute in the gym. I'm all for it. But don't whine when males and females look at you either in a good way or a bad way. That's what I'm saying. Comes with the territory. So just appreciate the fact that someone is admiring your physique. A lot of times it's not even sexy. A lot of times it's not even they're trying to look at you in a sensual way. They're just looking at you because they are looking at a gorgeous, muscle, chiseled, Amazonian, freaking real-life Wonder Woman. And they are just baffled that that is what's standing in front of them. And they've never seen that in real life. They've seen it on a Marvel movie or they've seen it in a TV show. They've never actually beheld a female that was disciplined and motivated to put in the effort that you're putting in to have the physique that they are admiring. So let's give the dudes a little bit of a break, especially if we're walking in all sexy, okay? I'm all for the sexy gym fits. I am all for it. But I'm not going to freak out either when a man's looking at me and going, that's a cute one. Know what I'm saying? It's dress responsibly, you know? Like, it comes with the territory. It comes with the territory.
Long story short, put some clothes on or shut up.
The women that you're talking about that don't exist, they do exist.
No, I didn't say they
out
don't
there.
exist. They're just not in
So
abundance.
we can't
It's
just,
few and far in between.
right, but we could say the same thing about men. There's few and far in between men that are really real, like will make a woman feel like a woman. So you got a whole generation of women that are having a hard time being in their feminine energy.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough men that are in their male energy.
Okay,
like,
so define what's male energy in a masculine role.
in my mind.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. You can correct me if
you're
you're the guy here, so you would know. But
Right.
I think that a man in his male energy is a provider, is a protector, is innately wants to protect, innately wants to provide. It is going to just do the things that is required of a man.
I feel like you know what I feel like women in society says a masculine man is a man in servitude to a woman. Whenever I'm doing something for a woman, it's masculine. He's providing, he's protecting, he's opening my door, he's spoiling me, he's making me not have to work. Oh, that's a masculine man. Did you see that? A masculine man is somebody who's in servitude to the woman.
Somebody in the comments said, this is coming from an adult film star, for what it's worth.
Hey, so why are we dressing our toddlers, our young girls, our young daughters, like they're teenagers? And doing the act is wrong. Like dressing them that way is wrong. I'm just gonna say it's wrong. I think it's wrong. But to go as far as then posting them on the internet dressed like tiny teenagers, when you know what's out there, we know what kind of people have access to the internet. Immediate jail time. I'm sorry. I hate whenever this conversation comes up and people are like, well, you're sexualizing your child. No. But I am intelligent enough to know that other people unfortunately could be, okay? And other people unfortunately do. Okay, so to then parade your child around dressed up like they're some grown adult, teenager, whatever, wrong. We just have so much access to information now that like why would you do that? Like why? Like your job as a parent is to protect your children. And I'm just honestly sick of people being ignorant or purposely just like turning a blind eye and ignoring the fact that they're putting their child at risk of so many things by one, dressing them like that, and two, putting it on the internet. What are you doing?
Women don't want to hear the truth for real, and I'm low-key tired of trying to talk sense into y'all. I come on here trying to tell y'all that as a fat woman, you are going to be targeted by low quality, low value men. And y'all commented and assumed I have low self-esteem. You commented and assumed that, oh, or you just stated, oh, it's not me because I keep getting these quality men and I've seen my 600-pound life and them women are never single. You missed my point. You missed my point entirely. Y'all are not we are not typically attracting quality men. The difference is you have to understand who you choose versus who you attract. You cannot help who you attract, but you can help who you choose. Majority of the time, the man that is going to be on your body, hard body, is going to be a man who has nothing to do with his life. It's going to be a man who is low value, who wants to leech off of you, who does not value women, who does not value himself. He has no knowledge of self. He's not a quality, elevated, conscious man. And y'all have to understand, I'm not saying it's not accessible to you. I'm not saying these men of quality and of high caliber are not accessible to you, but I'm saying you're going to have to fight to have access to that type of man. You're going to have to position yourself. You're going to have to try to position yourself to be above average in other ways and still hone in on your body too. But you really going to have to work to be above average to attract the type of man that you really want, because these men who are just typically at the baseline attracted to you are not men who are worth your time anyway. That was the point. The point was not to say fat women can't have quality men. The point was not low quality men are the only men attracted to us. That really wasn't the point. And I hate when stuff like that go over y'all head. Y'all don't be listening. You don't have critical thinking skills. And it's really starting to piss me off the way that y'all miss points. You don't think about things before you just comment in your feelings about some shit. Learn to just sit and eat a message and then try to eat it again and let it really soak up in your subconscious mind. Let it really just soak up and make sense up here before you comment and just be just stupid.
The rage I get when I see a man using the only Smith machine in the gym to squat. Get your ass over to the squat rack. You do not need a Smith machine. You're a man.
So if you're a girl that struggles with hyperindependence, this is for you, honey. If you're moving through life with this energy that you don't need help and secretly wanting to get it, baby, you're not. The chances are you're not going to get it. Quite literally, your hyperindependence is keeping you from getting the things that you want. I think so many of us grow up, so being taught to be so independent that we become uncomfortable with asking people for help. But when it comes to anybody, but especially the man, you're going to have to open your mouth, because that saying, closed mouths don't get fed, is so true.
And as a woman, you set the atmosphere for the type of relationship that you want. You set the atmosphere. A lot of times we want men to be leaders in areas that they have never truly been expected to lead in. You are the leader and the co-leader of your relationships. You determine what type of atmosphere you accept. Whether you are Christian or not and believe in the submission model or believe in male leadership, you decide, you do the choosing of what type of man you are willing to allow to lead you. So does that man have a baseline of emotional availability, even if he does not have full emotional maturity? Because quiet as kept, a lot of women don't either. We have emotional expression, but I have a video about that. If you want to learn more about that, scroll on my page. But you have to be willing to teach a man the type of atmosphere that you accept and that you expect for the relationship that you want. If you do not feel empowered enough to teach a man how to love you, then you don't want to be in a relationship. This idea that a man should know how you want to be treated and what you want and this and that is so outdated and so lazy as a relational model that it is, I think, the reason why a lot of us end up in situations that we don't want to be in, where trauma is involved or heartbreak, etc. You can actually date and not experience heartbreak. Why? Because you set an atmosphere and a standard for what you accept and what you expect from a man, and you decide and you observe if that man is up to snuff or not. Also, because of the differences in socialization between boys and girls in young ages, there is a difference in how a man is going to show up emotionally. A lot of you say that you want emotional intelligence in a man, but really you want emotional acceptance, meaning a man who is willing to take on everything that you are, all of your mood swings, all the things, and have very little complaint. Emotional intelligence comes with a lot of accountability. And I don't mean accountability like in the way that they say women don't take accountability. No, I mean like it causes you to have to continuously reevaluate really assess and evaluate if your emotions are appropriate for any given time. It requires you to engage with your emotions actively without fear instead of suppressing them. It requires you to be able to communicate your emotions. And so a man that is challenging you to communicate your emotions, especially when you don't have the language for it yet, is going to challenge you. So just saying, a truly emotionally intelligent man and a truly emotionally intelligent woman comes at a high price to your ego. But that's not the topic for today. The idea that a man should come exactly how you want him to come is lazy, because you're expecting him to show up the same way he did for the last girl. And if you don't want the last girl's results, then I suggest that you start being an active participant in your relational style. You should know what type of relational style you expect out of a man. The man that doesn't match up with your relational style and your relational expectations is not your man. You evaluate if the man in front of you is worthy of your submission. And if he is not, it doesn't make him a bad person. It just means that you guys are out of alignment and you need to move on to the next person. But the way that you determine if that person is worth submitting to is you actually put on a platter, hey, these are the things that I want, need, and desire. Are you willing to lead me in these areas, or learn how to lead me in these areas, or learn how to be led in these areas so that way you can love me well? The man that is willing to learn you, the man that is willing to do his own work in order to be emotionally mature and available and expressive to you, that is a good man. Not just a man that comes ready with all the bells and whistles, a man that is teachable and not so stuck in his own self that he thinks that he has it together. I can't stand a man that feels like, oh, I know how to be in a relationship as long as you do your part and I do. No. We're learning the parts. Everybody's learning their parts. We're not coming in. You're not going to give me the part that you gave somebody else. I'm letting you know, because women set the atmosphere for relationships. Men bring the tools. We set the atmosphere. And when the atmosphere matches the tools, you are ready to go. But both sides have to be teachable, ready, willing, and available. And you have to be willing to open your mouth and speak to what you want in a relationship, and not just pick up the fairy tale that somebody on social media told you to pick up. It is a woman's responsibility to set the tone for the type of relationship that she wants. And a lot of that work starts by you learning truly what is in alignment with you, what you need, what is a good counterpart and a complement to you, and not just 6'5", 6 figures, 6 other things.
So I used to own a bar and grill, and I used to get flirted with, because I'm a bar owner. Of course, people want to drink for free, right? But anyway, this one time, this guy came up to me and he says, hey, I want you to come home with me. And I said, oh yeah, you do, right? And he's like, yeah, definitely. And I said, why is that? And he goes, well, because you can come over and you can sleep, on my couch. And I said, why would I want to sleep on your couch if I was coming over? He goes, well, because the couch pulls out and I don't. I didn't go there, by the way.
Honestly, I thought I would never see the day that I would be saying this, but this whole DL Whisperer discourse is really making me really truly rose-colored glasses are off, really making me see a lot of women really fighting responsibility and losing bad. A lot of y'all are really truly just not choosing to take accountability for your actions. No one is saying that it's women's fault for men being DL. We're saying women also contribute to the homophobia that society displays, and that's why gay men don't have a safe space to come out the closet. These are the same women who cry and fight their sons for putting on nail polish. Mind you, can we be better? Can we be better as a community? All of us, please? 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 Please?
American wife versus the Filipino wife. What's the difference? Order DoorDash. Cooking yummy food. Asking you to do the dishes. Made with benefits. Entitled Activity. Feminist. Real traditional woman. Takes half your money. Takes half of your rice. Boring. Good at karaoke.
You don't think it can happen to you, and that's your problem. That's your problem. So I made a video almost a month ago explaining the boots on the ground and how I feel like little girls shouldn't be doing it. When I came out and said it, but I was all kind of PDF files. Who am I? You know what I'm saying? I'm probably the one that's looking at them. But what do y'all have to say now that the women are speaking up on it too? It is women telling y'all the same thing. That is not a dance that a little girl should be doing. And the fact that y'all find it okay is really disturbing. It's the fact that y'all really sit up and y'all glorify it like it's something they should be doing. And just for reference, I wasn't speaking on Miss Shirley. I wasn't even aware of Miss Shirley until my chat brought it up. But when I seen the videos, yes, that's exactly the type of stuff I'm talking about. She ain't the only one doing it. When people tell y'all putting y'all kids in danger, y'all don't want to believe it because you want to be the perfect parent. You think you the perfect parent and you want to be your child's friend. You want to have fun. Yay, let's go. It's not going to be funny when you got to get that search party together.
And it's crazy because society and a lot of these women are asking men to be protectors and providers. But wouldn't you know it? When men are telling them, hey, you might not want to put your child in this situation like this, they get mad at a man for doing exactly what they asked him to do.
This is just your daily reminder to never let a man put you in this situation ever in your life. Thank you. Have a good day.
The job market is so difficult and so slim that website that starts with only and ends with another word that I'm not going to say because I don't want to get banned, it's looking really nice. So if you want to talk me out of that, that would be great. Thanks.
This was a hard truth that I had to digest, but if you're single and you're wanting a relationship and you're not finding the right people, the people that keep coming into your life just seem to suck. You just don't want them long term. That means you need to heal. It's you that needs to change. It's not the people around you, because you create your reality. So what you're attracting into your life is based off of your attachment style, your wounds that need healing. It's not the other person, as much as I like to blame others.
Unpopular opinion, but making fun of men's receding hairlines is not a good feminist move. Mocking men for balding, for being short or lacking muscle definition is just pointing out ways in which they don't live up to society's hyper-masculine ideal. Those ideals are part of the patriarchy's toxic messaging, coincidentally the same thing that feminism is fighting against. Yes, the patriarchy predominantly hurts women and minorities, but it also hurts men. The feminism I believe in is about creating a better, more inclusive world for everyone, intersectional. I don't think we should let other people's toxic behavior make us toxic, because if we go down the eye for an eye route, it will leave the entire world blind. Let's keep calling out male misogyny. I am all for that, but let's leave appearance out of it. We have better arguments.
I'm an interracial dater, right? And I don't know if it's just me, but anytime I see a black man and a white woman, I'm just like, I don't know. But anytime I see a white man and a black woman, I'm like,
Like Kevin Samuel said, just foolishness. You really cannot make it up.
Rate yourself from 1 to 10 and then think of a celebrity that matches the rating that you give yourself.
I would rate myself an 8. I would say Big Lotto. I love Lotto. I think I say like a 7.5, 8 around there.
Name a celebrity that would match you.
Lauren London, I think.
Lauren London.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I'm an 8.
Okay.
And the celebrity that would match me is
Hold
Tiana
up.
Taylor. There we go.
Okay. Tiana Taylor.
Yeah.
So you're 8 and Tiana Taylor is an 8. Rate yourself 1 to 10.
Just looks?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a 10.
Ten.
Rihanna, boy, what?
Okay.
I think
Okay.
Rihanna, I like Rihanna. She a 10 to me.
Okay. Show of hands. Do you have niggas in your DMs that you never replied to that looks halfway decent, but you're not giving them no time and attention?
4 hands better be up.
All 4 hands. Okay. So here's the truth. None of you ladies are a 10 or an 8 or anything close to that. The reality is a 5 because all you ladies are single. You do have good guys in your DM. But you choose not to reply to these guys because y'all all think y'all 8 and 10s.
And if y'all don't think so, then y'all the problem.
So a lady asked her husband to fix the kitchen sink because it has a slow leak. His response, I'm not a plumber. That following Wednesday, she also noticed that the door had a loud squeak in the bathroom every time it closed. She asked her husband to look at it. His response, I'm not a builder. As she was driving to work that weekend, she noticed her car was leaking oil. She immediately calls her husband. His response, I'm not a mechanic. The following Monday, the husband gets off work and asks his wife, How was your day? She says, a lot better. All of the things I complained about, a neighbor came over here and fixed them. Her husband now asking, how much did he charge? The wife says, well, he told me that I could either bake him a cake or I could have sex with him. Her husband following up saying, well, what kind of cake did you bake? Her response, I'm not a baker.
Great response. Baby, if you're not a problem solver, you're the problem. I don't blame her. She got him good. She woke up and chose vice. Shut your stupid behind up. Shut up. Why are y'all bragging about this? Y'all are justify and brag on anything that you're not supposed to be doing. If a man did this, y'all would be outraged.
As an ex-S worker, I will tell you something. Men are never going to be flocking to pay for it. A wife is much, much, much cheaper. A lot of the women that are glorifying getting a ring, getting married, changing their last name for a man, really what they don't realize is that they are signing up to be a low-rate S worker. Because logistically, it makes a whole lot of sense for men to get married and have a wife and allow that to last for as long as possible, as opposed to paying out an S worker every time they want it. And the reason being is because, let's be for real, most marriages, women are going 50-50. And if not, the women are either the breadwinner or they are going 50-50. Point blank, period. Y'all literally will sit here and beg, I mean beg, for a $5,000 ring and to spend an eternity with this man. Meanwhile, there's an S worker out there who is going to charge $1,000 for 1 hour just for them to have a good time. Meanwhile, you're begging for a ring to live up under this man, to cook, to clean, to give birth, to raise his children, to be his therapist. And not only are you going 50-50, meaning that you're paying for a man, meaning that you're paying to do all of this, but you're begging for a ring that essentially is paying itself off with your labor.
Man, just when you think it can't get any dumber, somehow, some way, it continues to get even dumber.
I just want to hear from the side chicks. I want to hear how you felt when that man was lying to you, saying he's going to leave his family. And it could be, you waited for 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years. I've even heard of situations for 10 years. But I just want to know how you felt when he was promising this to you and you sitting there waiting around, waiting to break up a family. And it was so, wow, exciting. And I'm not talking about the girls that were tricked, that were manipulated, that the men lied to and said, oh, no, I'm single. I don't have anything going on. Not those. You don't count as a side chick. I'm talking about the side chicks that know that man is married or that know that man has a girl. That's the side chicks I'm talking about. So I want to hear from you guys. And what I want to hear is, how stupid did you feel when he didn't leave his family? Or how stupid did you feel when, oh no, he did leave his family, but then did he come running to you? Did he? That's what I want to hear. How stupid you felt waiting that whole time for freaking nothing. Get your own damn man.
And can you believe it? Modern women can't take accountability and they always have to find some sort of coping mechanism. Let me read you this comment. Sweet Tea says, goodness, y'all still assume we want the husband. Why is it hard for you to accept that sometimes there are girls out there that don't want to break up the family? They just want some fun and entertainment with your husband. Girl, y'all will do anything and everything but take accountability. Y'all are wasting time. Find somebody else that's single. Don't y'all tell me, if this is what you want, go find an SW. Why you gotta be bothering me? If all you want to do is have fun, woman, go find one of these F-boys. Oh, okay. You want to be all up in somebody else's business, messing up their life.
Many months later.
I am going through a breakup right now and moving out of the house, and I'm thinking, thank the Lord I did not let him buy me a Porsche Macan, because he initiated it. I don't need a new car. I love my car. And he offered to get me a Porsche Macan, a GTS. And I was like, I mean, that's a nice car. It's a very nice car, right? And he kept sending me, I was like showing my friends, I was like, look at all the options he's sending me. He's like, what about this one? What about this one? Like, look at this one. Is this more of your interior? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, these are nice, but honestly, I don't feel like I need a new car. And he was very controlling with my time. I moved in with him to Santa Barbara, but I'm from Los Angeles. I've been living in LA for the past 7 years. That is where my community is. He does not like it when I leave town. He would try to convince me and persuade me, literally bribe me to shorten my duration of my weekend trip. I'm going for 2-3 days, and he's asking me to make it shorter, maybe go for 1 day, and would literally bribe me. It would be like, I will buy you this, I will buy you these clothes, or I'll buy you this if you don't go out of town.
So just FYI, the same woman talking like this is the same woman that you just saw acting a fool at Coachella. But he's the only one that's a problem in the situation.